So ratios, we're going to solve ratios the same way we solve proportions, the same way we solve percents, the same way we solve rate problems, which is using proportions. So there is an audience of 200 people at an outdoor concert. 90 of those people are children. What is the proportion of adults to the audience? So they're telling you, you're going to divide adults compared to the audience. So we have a total of 200 people out there. So that's the total audience. 90 of those people are children. We don't really care about the children. We care about the adults. So I'm going to take those 200 and I'm going to subtract the 90 children. And that's going to leave me with 110 adults. That is going to be the number that I put up here, 110. Now it's just a matter of simplifying. 0 goes away with 0. So you're left with 11 over 20. There is nothing that those two have in common. So that is going to be your final answer. Now, you don't see it written as a fraction because ratios can be written as a fraction with the semicolon, or they literally just say like the word 2 in the middle. So this is the same as 11 to 20, which would make it D. I think the part that confuses a lot of students in this problem is that the problem literally says the word proportion, and students try to write a proportion and they can't figure out what goes on the other fraction. Yeah, proportions technically are two fractions, but sometimes they really are just one fraction. All right, so a man dies and his life insurance payout is going to be $500,000. He listed his wife and his son as his beneficiaries in a 7-to-3 ratio of the wife's share to the son's share. How much will his son receive from the life insurance payout? So this one, we are going to need an actual proportion with two fractions. We have the total amount of money that was left, and we have the ratio that separates the money, and we want to figure out how much is going to go to his son. So really what we're going to compare is the amount that goes to the son compared to the grand total. So we're comparing the son's share compared to the total. So the first the first fraction is going to come from the ratio. The ratio is 7-to-3. 7 goes to the wife, 3 goes to the son. Now, how do ratios work? Ratios are telling you how you're going to split things up. For example, if you had only $10, $7 goes to the wife, $3 goes to the son, which means the grand total, you just need to add the ratio so you get 10. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay. So that means that in a world where he only left $10, 3 of those dollars are going to go to the son. Now, thankfully, he did not leave $10. He left $500,000. And we want to figure out how much is going to go to the son. So once you have your proportion, you can go ahead and cross multiply and divide. So the son is going to get 3 times 500,000 is 1,500,000 or 15. Yeah. Wait, no, it's going to be 1,500,000 divided by 10. 0 goes away with 0, so you're left with the son is going to get $150,000. All good with that one? Any questions? Any confusions?
All good.
Okay. Wait, can I go back to the answer again? What was that?
150,000.
100. Oh, okay. I was kind of behind.
Is that okay?
Yeah, that's fine. I was kind of slow because I'm trying to like just get it fast. Okay, there it is. It's are you good?
All right, so the next one says the ratio of boys to girl in a classroom is 3 to 5. If there are a total of 24 boys in the classroom, then how many boys and girls are there altogether? So again, we're comparing a total to the boys. So the ratio is 3 to 5. These are the boys and these are the girls. So if we had a total, it would be a total of 8 students altogether. So the ratio is comparing boys to everything all together. So I'm going to have boys up here and then all together. The ratio states that if there's only 8 students altogether, 3 of them have to be boys. Now, in reality, we have a total of 24 boys. So now instead of the 24 going at the bottom, it's going to go at the top because it's related to the number of boys. And we're looking for how many students altogether we have inside the classroom. So once again, to solve a proportion, we're going to go ahead and cross multiply and divide. So all together, it's going to equal to 24 times 8, everything divided by 3. So that's going to be sorry guys. That's going to be 32, carry the 3, 19. And then divide that by 3, and I believe that's 64. I think. 6, 18. Yeah. So there's a total of 64 children in the classroom altogether. Any questions on this one? Anything confusing you?
No.
Alrighty. There are both potatoes and carrots in a large pot of soup. The ratio of potatoes and carrots in the soup is 2 to 5. If there are 48 potatoes, then how many carrots there are there? So this one's even easier because you're not dealing with a total. You're literally just dealing with the carrots and potatoes. So carrots, potatoes. Let's see. So the ratio of potatoes to carrots is 2 to 5. So 2 is the potatoes, carrots is 5. And there's a total of 48 potatoes. We need to figure out how many carrots. So for this one, we didn't have to add or anything like that. We're going to cross multiply and divide. So the carrots, 48. Let me write it down. 48 times 5, everything divided by 2. So 48 times 5. It's going to be 40. Carry the 4. That'll be 24. So it'll be 240 divided by 2, which would be 120. So there's 120 carrots in le pot. Any questions so far? Anything at all that confuses you guys? Anything you need me to clarify for you?
Where do you know when to add 5 and 2?
That's a great question. If they mention a total, like for example, they mention children, like boys and girls all together, so that's a total. And this one, they mentioned there's a total life insurance payout of 500,000. So if they mention that you have to compare to a grand total, then you are likely going to need to add. But if they're comparing, like for example, here they mentioned the ratio has potatoes and carrots, and you're comparing potatoes to carrots. They never mention like vegetables all together. So the categories are kind of hinting at you when you need to add and when you do not need to add. I hope that makes sense.
I didn't. Thank you.
All right, I think we have time for one simple interest problem, so let's take care of that. All right, so with simple interest, there is a formula. Does anyone know the simple interest formula?
I equals PRT.
Yes. I equals P times R times T. I is the interest. This is the principal. This is the rate, which is always going to be given to you as a percent, and you need to write it as a decimal, which means you just need to divide it by 100. And the time, which is always going to be in years. So this problem states, James deposits $400 into an account that already has an existing balance of $900. If the account earns 4% interest, what will be his account balance after 2 years? So account balance is not the same thing as interest. Account balance is how much money you got in total. You had the money that was there to begin with, plus all the interest you accumulated. So when you're looking for account balance, that is always going to equal your principal plus the interest that you accumulated. So let's take a look at the principal here. The principal here would be, he already had $900, but then he deposited an additional $400 on top of that. So that means that the principal that this interest is going to accumulate on is going to be based on the 900 plus the 400, which will bring you to 1,300. That is the principal that this money is going to be gaining interest on. Okay. The rate is 4%. But remember, you can't write it as just 4 into the formula. You're going to have to divide that by 100. So divide that by 100, and that's going to be 0.04. And the time is going to be 2 years. Let's plug everything into our formula. Interest equals 1,300 times 0.04 times 2. So interest will equal 1,300 times these two multiplied will be 0.08. And now let's go ahead and multiply 1,300 times 0.08. It's just a bunch of zeros. I'm not going to waste my time. It's just a bunch of zeros. Oh my god, I have to hurry up. Okay, so there's 2 numbers behind the decimal, so that's going to be 104. That is how much you accumulated in interest. But remember, that is not your final answer. So yes, it's listed there as one of your answer choices. It is not your answer. Because your final answer will be the principal of 1,300 plus the interest of 104. So your final answer is $1,404. Okay? So I'm sorry I had to do that one kind of fast because I was running out of time. And I have like another meeting right now at 1 o'clock that I'm already going to be late for, but that's fine. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and save this, and I'm going to put my email on the chat so you guys can email me. Oh, and I have to send you the attendance thingamabibber. Hold on, don't go anywhere. Don't go anywhere. Don't leave yet. Wait.
The attendance, which one?
Okay. All right, there's the link for the attendance thingy. And then I'm also going to write my email. There you go. So if you guys need the notes from today, send me a quick email saying, hey, can I get the notes? And don't forget to fill out the attendance thingamabibber so that you get the thingy tomorrow. I mean, not the thingy, the test. That's what I was trying to say. All right. Any questions before I let you guys go?
No.
No, but I just want to tell you that last week I went to the recruiting station on Thursday.
Mhm.
I took the practice test and I made a 66.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah,
Nice.
so
Oh, that's good, bro. I'm proud of you.
That's amazing. Good job.
appreciate it.
Yeah,
Appreciate it.
I'm going back to MEPS on Thursday, so I'm kind of nervous going. I just
Nah,
hope I
I'm
got
so
man.
it.
excited
Good
for you
luck.
guys.
Good luck.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
got this,
I'm
bro.
just
Got this, man.
yeah, I think the problem is like I think the reason why I failed my test like multiple times is I think math and word knowledge is like my weakness one. And algebra, I know that's kind of tough. That's why I'm like I need help with algebra because I don't know how to solve them. I just like guess them, overthink, and I just skip them because I know algebra sucks, but I need help with like algebra solve problems like math and all that. So that's all.
Well,
Okay.
just
So
keep
yeah,
practicing.
Mine is
Just
just
keep
with the
practicing. The
words.
more
You
you
see how
practice,
you have to
like
like
the more you practice like writing the equation and just like putting the two like forming the words into equations, that's the trick to algebra word problems, really.
I understand.
All right. I'll let you guys
Mhm.
go. I'll see you guys tonight at 8 p.m. Bye guys. Take
Bye.
care.
Bye.
Bye.